Hey guys, good evening. So this is a requested session once again. People have asked me that there could be a few people who have high blood sugar levels in the morning, and there has been quite a lot of relevant study done by too many people across the world, and there are a few scholarly articles also. When I talk about scholarly articles, it's available on Google, so you might have to search just in case you need some kind of in-depth knowledge about it, or maybe in-depth information about this. So today's session is about high blood sugar levels in the morning. Too many people, when they do it early in the morning, they find that their blood sugar levels are rising, and there has been some, as I told you, we will be discussing about those two studies. So let's go ahead and start the session, right? So the fact, as we all know, you guys must be knowing that the body tries to get energy from a lot of other sources like air, water, relationships, happiness, and there are too many other things. But the major source and the most preferred source is food. Food, of course, is whatever food you eat. It comprises mostly of carbohydrates, and because carbohydrates is one of the most easily available source of energy, and it gets converted to sugar later on. So there is no denying the fact that whenever you eat something, you're eating more of carbohydrates, right? So most of the food, technically, scientifically, the food that you eat has got one source of energy which is abundantly present all across the world. It's carbohydrates. Okay, and it's also one of the most preferred and one of the most healthiest form of energies that the body can get. However, why it's unhealthy is what we're going to talk about. So the body derives energy in various forms. One of the most preferred forms is food, as you see. The most common found food on the planet can be classified as carbohydrate, which is the scientific word for almost all of the food, fruits, veggies, and all other forms of food that we eat or consume. Food is further converted to different forms of energy, which means whatever you eat, it goes through the digestive processes, and later on it changes. So the most preferred form of readily available energy, as I said, across the world, comes from glucose, which is one of the broken forms of carbohydrate. So carbohydrate, you eat food, it gets broken, and then it becomes glucose or different types of sugar. To make food digestible by the body and to store the food, the body has to break and store the carbohydrates into glucose and other forms: lactose, maltose, sucrose, fructose from fruit. So different forms, and of course fat, which is technical definition for almost all of the food that we eat. So whatever food you eat, it gets broken down into sugars, and just in case your body is unable to store that sugar, it will try to store it as fat, so it gets converted to fat. So in short, whatever we eat gets broken down to sugar and can be further stored as fats. So that's what all of us need to understand, right? So the carbohydrates you eat can be of varying qualities, right? The better the quality of carbs we eat, better is our health and energy level. So this answers most of the questions. So packaged junk food, which simply translates to storage of bad fats, which amounts to obesity. So if you eat bad carbs, bad food is equal to bad carbs. Okay, because that's the most abundantly available food. Bad fats is also bad health. So bad food in terms of bad fats is bad health. So bad food in terms of bad carbohydrates is bad health, right? So packaged food, normally people go for packaged processed food, and that of course is one of the most lethal things that human beings are now developing their habits into, right? Pure food is equal to pure health. This is what I've spoken about. Packaged food, junk food, packaged juices. Yes, so many people don't even understand. They drink a lot of juices. Packaged drinks, packed drinks is equal to processed body is equal to processed mind. A processed mind will only have processed thoughts, right? Now, as per the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, the normal range is anywhere between 80 to 130. I normally take it anywhere between 90 to 120 when we do it for anywhere in India. So when I look at the reports of any of my clients, my relatives, anyone who wants to talk, or maybe we need to see why the sugar levels are high, I would put it into the bracket of 90 to 120, and it has to be below 180 mgdl. Okay, that's that's what we need to understand over here. It's See, there are three different types of sugar tests that are done. One of them is the fasting blood sugar, which is HbA. The other one is postprandial blood sugar, and the third one is HB1AC, which I think so is one of the most efficient way of understanding the average blood sugar. So it is the normal range is anywhere between 80 to 130 milligrams per deciliter. That's mgdl, and it has to be below 180 mgdl 2 hours before after eating. So postprandial has to be 180. In addition, low blood sugar level is under 70 mgdl. High blood sugar level is above 180. HB1C it accounts to anywhere between 5.5 to 7. So if you're above 5.5, 5.7, so that's not the height that we're talking about. That's the sugar level. So if you're above that, you're above you're pre-diabetic, or you could be having insulin resistance. 5.2, 5.3. In case you know you're somewhere around that, that is the sugar level in HB1AC. You could be pre-diabetic. You need to look into the reports. It differs as per place and time and what you had, a day before. It differs. Yes, we're talking about these two studies. So high blood sugar early in the morning, two reasons: the dawn phenomenon and the Somogyi effect. The dawn effect, our bodies are sensitive to effect when the activity when we wake up, and hence the body creates a surge in sugar hormones. Glucagon, I've spoken about glucagon. You can watch my previous workshop on it. And insulin. Glucagon is what decides whether the body should not be going high on blood sugar, okay? And that's exactly what happens when the body goes low on blood sugar or high on blood sugar levels. So you have your own internal nervous system that tries to talk with the pancreas, and then it will try to raise your glucagon or the insulin, right? So glucagon and insulin again are tune-up hormones. So you will always have someone who is sitting on the top. It's almost like taking a weighing scale. You must have seen the weighing scale, right? So the weighing scale will always balance things. So everywhere, all around the body, we have a weighing scale kind of a hormone. So it will try to regulate both the other hormones. So it is for thyroid, whereby you have the TRH, the TSH, T3, and T4. So it will try to regulate everything. In the same way, somatostatin, it regulates your glucagon and your insulin levels. So the first 4 hours, because you just woken up, there is activity and your body starts triggering, and you just come out of a fast, maybe 8 hours, 10 hours of fast, and your body might start showing up high blood sugar levels because it needs energy, or it is trying to tell you that it needs some sort of food, maybe whatever is the case. So that's just one of the things. The dawn effect, the word itself says dawn. So you just woke up, and your body tries to surge up a few hormones. That's the dawn effect, right? The Somogyi effect, the word involves soma. Okay, I think so. That's where it's coming from. Soma is for sleep, okay, and that's where the word insomnia comes in. So sleep is probably derived from the hormonal changes that happen to our bodies while you are in rapid eye movement, which is REM and non-REM sleep. So when people dream, when they wake up, they have different sorts of hormones being surged, because that's where the nervous system comes in, the central nervous system. And because your front brain was completely in hibernation mode. It was paralyzed, or in paralytic mode, paralysis mode. And that is why your body must have created those hormones, or created a trigger or spike in the hormones that are needed early in the morning. It could be because of the dreams that you've seen, or the triggers that you had, or the anxiety effect that you have just before you wake up early in the morning. Too many people who wake up early in the morning on Mondays, they have anxiety, and that's because they fear what's going to happen, because they've been in the comfort zone, and they're trying to come out from the comfort zone, and things go wrong. Right? That could be one of the reasons. Now, how to resolve it? You need to have a lighter breakfast, with high fiber. There are too many people in India. They have a habit of starting the day with a lot of fruits, and that could be wrong. Too many people, they also feel that taking fruits early in the morning could be highly detoxifying. It could not be, and it could also be making your liver too sluggish. I've spoken about it previously. So a light breakfast of high fiber would be great. Poha, in case you're in India, quinoa, oats, masala oats, mixed with a few veggies, that would be great. Okay, it's high fiber, and it is also high in antioxidants, right? And just in case you're someone who feels that having tea, biscuits, bread, butter, jam is going to be great, no, you're going to damage your body. So decreasing the doses of your early morning steroids or maybe the medicines that you're taking would also be suggested. We've tried it almost with 30-40% of people who had type 2 diabetes, and it's worked. Exercise and meditate before and after you wake up. Now, I created a meditation that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, which means you do specific types of pranayams, you get into a gratitude practice, and that creates a complete change in your focus levels and the way that you perform. So it's a wonderful meditation. You guys, all of you can try it. It also involves a lot of breathing, and you might find it in one of my previous videos. So just go ahead and watch it, please. It's a wonderful, series of meditation. When I say series, it just requires around 7 to 8 to 10 minutes, depending on whatever schedule you have. So it has got 1 minute of a specific breathing, and then a different breathing, and then going into a sense of gratitude, sense of acceptance, sense of forgiveness. So we've included all of that into that meditation. Try that. It works like magic. Affirmations, yes, there are affirmations that too many people do early in the morning, including me. I do it throughout the day. So yes, and then there is water therapy, whereby you start your day with a specific type of water. You bless it, then you take it. You bless it with gratitude. Or if you have plants, you bless that water with gratitude. You drink it. You leave it little, and then you put it into the plants and say that these are my goals. Help me, or maybe let my goals grow with the love that I pass on to the plant, to the water. And you need to touch it. It needs to be in a glass. That's how you do it. Hybrid fasting, I've spoken about it. So you do fasting for a day, then you go on with your schedule. So you eat normally for a day, the next day you go for fasting, and that is hybrid. When I say hybrid fasting, it is sustainable fasting. So howsoever you can sustain in between meals. So if you're going to have your meals, say 1 p.m. and then 7 p.m., so that the gap is almost 6 hours. You could just increase the gap by 20 minutes every day, 20 to 30 minutes every single day. Okay, that should not be a big deal. So that gets you to around 3 hours in a week. When you start doing it 30 minutes every single day, and that takes you to, in 6 days, you get to 3 hours. So slowly start it and stop at a place where you feel now it's going to be uncomfortable. Stop it right there. If you feel that, if you're doing it on Wednesday, I'm sorry, it's going to be 3 hours in 2 weeks, because you're doing it every alternate day. So in a week, you'd be fasting for, you have increased the gap to 1.5 hours. See how it works, and come back to me just in case you have any questions, right? Uh, oh yes, queries. In case you have any queries, do let me know. I'm always there. I make it a point that even when I come on video sessions, which is on the platform, the app, which is Goki, Goqii, just in case you've not watched it, it's available for free on your Android phone. So you just go to your Android phone, go to whatever Play Store you have, Android or Apple, and download the app, which is Goki, Goqii, and you can connect with me right over there. You can watch my sessions. I've spoken for almost more than 300 hours. I've spoken about almost everything: meditation, mindfulness, talk about it, affirmations, gratitude, diabetes, thyroid, acid reflux, constipation, piles. We talk about it, and I've spoken about the acne, allergies. You can watch those sessions for all, absolutely free. You can also watch my previous workshops that I do every month. Every month I dedicate almost an hour or so just for workshops, right? So do watch it. And in case you have any questions, you know where to find me on the website, on Facebook, on Instagram, this, that, blah, blah, blah. All right. And don't be a miser, guys. Okay. In case, I do invest a lot of time, effort, and energy in making these slides, and I really love when people put up their gratitude by showing up the like, subscribing to the channel, sharing the videos. So that's how we come to know that people really love it. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine when we do paid videos. So I'm perfectly fine doing paid videos, but when you come in open in the public and you try to share information, investing your time, effort, and energy, it's great that people come up and just hit the like button, or just say, okay, thank you, perfect, gracias, hola, something like that, right? So take care. This is Mukesh Morwal, and I'll see you in the next video. Just in case you have any requests, put it up right there. Okay. Take care. Bye bye. And let me turn it off.